Hey guys, GameWar06 here, and we are back with another video. This time this is not a Naruto related video, this is more of an OC. It's been a while since I've done this, and this is just a random idea I came up with. Sometimes just random things that pop into my head, and I decided to draw them. This is called The Masked Warrior. For those of you who've played Dragon Ball Z Universe 2, you're familiar with that term. This has no relation to the game whatsoever, or Bardock, or anything Dragon Ball related. It's just simply an idea I came up with. So, I've always wanted to, well, not necessarily always, but there's this time, or there have been multiple times really, where I've been thinking of drawing a person in a cloak, because I think cloaks look cool. So, I had this idea. I mean, later on in the video, you're gonna see like the left half of racist blacks. Yeah, I had some kind of idea of what I wanted, and I tried it once, but it was a complete failure. So I just went back at it the next day, and then I finished it. So today's a Sunday that I'm recording this. This is a few hours after I watched the latest One Piece episode, 1013, and the latest Boruto episode, episode 239. Last week, in relation to when I finished this, when I'm recording this video, is the ending of the English dub of Mushoku Tensei. One of the three anime that are ongoing that I'm currently watching. As I've explained, I'm currently rewatching the entirety of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden and taking notes. Right now I'm in the middle of episode 391, which from the preview, I haven't fully gone into it, but from the preview, this is where Obito tries to use Rene Rebirth to revive everyone who he killed during the Fourth Great Ninja War, except that Black Zetsu controls Obito's body and directs the jutsu at Madara, so Madara himself comes back to life rather than Obito bring back those that he killed, like Nagato did. And then shortly afterward, Madara takes on all 9-tailed beasts with his Renegon and Hashirama's Sage powers. Toyoran tries to attack him from behind, he fails. Madara takes the Yang Kurama out of Naruto, and then Yang Kurama tells Gaara that Minato has his other half, the Yin Kurama, inside of him that he can put into Naruto to save him. And then Useless actually does something useful, which is rare. She does something useful and cuts open Naruto's chest and actually pumps his heart. I would say the majority of the reason why Naruto survived is because Obito gave him Tail Beast Chakra. Minato put the other half of Kurama inside Naruto, and Naruto's an Uzumaki, and Uzumaki specialized in having more vitality, which is having more life force, which life force is described as a life energy. So I think I think Naruto's genes and Minato and Obito's actions did more, but Useless actually tried something sensible, and it might have extended Naruto's shortening life. So, sure. And it's one of the few moments in the series where she actually done something. She's, like I said, to be sure, she's not 100% useless. She's just 99.9% useless. There's only like a small number of times where she does something useful. And this is one time I forgot, but during the Forest to Death, Naruto was, after his Obito used the Orochimaru used the 5-prong seal on Naruto, and Naruto started falling. Useless threw a kunai because she assumed Naruto was going to die, and she stuck Naruto to a tree. That could be seen as a time where she actually saved Naruto's life, or it could be seen as she completely underestimates the durability of Naruto's body and thinks that he can just fall. He can just die from falling from from a really high height. Like, nah. But sure, whatever. Cutting her hair, that was the dumbest thing. She could have done many other more useful things with the kunai against King. but she decided to cut her own hair like that actually did anything. She just got some hits in, but she ended up in the same scenario and had to get saved by Shikacho and Rock Lee. Weighted Rock Lee, might I add. Let's see, what else? And then there's the point where the White Zetsu were infiltrating the Allied forces because they were copying the chakra, and Ulysses was able to figure out that the Neji at the medical camp was a copy because she talked about Tauntaun, and she said that her hands were injured and she can still perform hand signs. Because Tauntaun is actually a pig, Zetsu didn't know that, therefore Useless tricked Zetsu. And then Useless also figured out that the Zetsu's ability to copy chakra, which is why no one could detect them. I am honestly surprised that this video isn't about Naruto whatsoever, and I've spent 6+ minutes here talking about Naruto. Well, I guess there's not much to say about the Mask Warrior thing. I just drew a concept. To be honest, looking back at it, it's not my best piece that I've made this year. I don't really like the shading, so I'm hoping I can do better for the next time. I mean, that's to me, that's what it means to just be a human doing anything, not just art, but you can't really get complacent with anything. You just have to strive to do better. Because the moment you get complacent, you get arrogant. The moment you get arrogant, you stop growing as a human being. So, that segues to something else. Useless does not really grow or do anything useful. I've said that many times. Probably through almost any video where I talk about Naruto in the slightest, I mention that. And the one of the funniest scenes in the entirety of the series, is when Useless gets the 100 healings mark, and then she claims that she caught up to Naruto and Sasuke. Which, low-key, I am thinking of, if you guys remember the Impressions of Data's art comic, which, in relation to this video, that should be 2 videos ago, so that's like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I made that, or that I made the video for it. Yeah, so if you guys remember that, you would know. Yeah, so I might make a different one for just the multiple BS moments in which Useless thinks that she's actually worth something in the series, and just multiple people exposing her for just not actually being worth anything. For example, so when the 5 Kage were fighting Madara, and Madara decided to, for most of that fight, he was holding back. He decided he wasn't going to use his perfect Susanoo. And eventually he went on to make 25 wood clones, so that way each set of wood clones, each set of 5 wood clones would fight each of the 5 Kage 5-on-1. And then Madara was like, do you want these to have Susanoo or not? They didn't answer because they were shocked that each wood clone could have their own Susanoo. And now that I'm thinking, I wonder if shadow clones could do the same thing. And then if shadow clones can make their own Susanoo, if someone doesn't have Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and therefore they can start getting blind from overuse, would the shadow clones just amplify the use? So for example, with shadow clones, you get cumulative experience and cumulative fatigue. So I'm wondering, so if someone doesn't have Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan like Madara and Sasuke, and actually as far as I'm concerned, they're the only ones with an internal Mangekyo Sharingan. They're the only ones who made the requirement. I wonder if the cumulative fatigue would just make using shadow clones with using Mangekyo Sharingan, shadow clones with Mangekyo Sharingan, what's it called? Just make one go blind faster. I'm assuming it would, because again, cumulative fatigue. So I'm assuming one would just go blind faster. So for someone who doesn't have a Mangekyo Sharingan, it would be dangerous for them to make a shadow clone that's also manipulating Mangekyo Sharingan. Oh wow, this video, this commentary's gone over 10 minutes. Alright. I completely lost track of time. So this video is going to be a little longer than usual. You'll get to see the final thing, artwork for a lot longer than you would normally. So I'll just see you guys next time.